Recently, Beyoncé launched a new campaign with Levi's, a brand she's been collaborating with for about a year. In the latest commercial, she wraps things up by riding off on a motorcycle, something many fans see as a subtle hint that her Act 3 project might be a rock album. But that's another conversation. What's making headlines now is that her new Levi's ad has sparked backlash, particularly from white conservatives. The irony is that their outrage toward Beyoncé comes right after their favorite actress, Sydney Sweeney, faced criticism over her American Eagle commercial.
Personality, and even eye color. My jeans are blue.
When this commercial first aired, it sparked a lot of discussion and drew its share of criticism. Personally, I didn't think much of it. To me, it just seemed like a clever play on words, talking about her jeans while promoting a pair of jeans. No big deal. But some people saw it differently. Critics claimed the ad was tone-deaf, saying it emphasized her Eurocentric features in a way that hinted at eugenics and white supremacy. Some feminists also argued that it catered more to the male gaze. Plenty of think pieces dissected the commercial, but honestly, I couldn't bring myself to care. Beyoncé promoting Levi's doesn't feel like a big deal to me. She's been the face of the line for a year now. What does catch my attention is how quickly some conservatives who openly praised Sydney Sweeney are now attacking Beyoncé. So it's fine when Sydney does it, but when Beyoncé does, it's suddenly a problem? That hypocrisy is baffling. Example, Republican podcaster Megyn Kelly publicly criticized Beyoncé, saying, "This is the opposite of the Sydney Sweeney ad. Quite clearly, there is nothing natural about Beyoncé. Everything from her image to her fame to her success to her appearance is bought and paid for. It all screams artificial, fake, enhanced, and trying too hard." I'm not even going to read all the comments, but people were going in, claiming Beyoncé wants to be white, or has whitewashed herself. Some even accused her of appropriating white culture. Piers jumped in, saying he was disappointed to see Beyoncé culturally appropriate Marilyn Monroe in her new Levi's ad. But here's the thing. Marilyn Monroe herself didn't even look like the Marilyn Monroe we all picture today. So how can you claim someone is appropriating a look that wasn't even natural to begin with? And really, people are mad. Over Beyoncé wearing blonde hair? That's been her signature style for most of her career. Even in her natural state, she doesn't look drastically different from how she appears in the ad. Meanwhile, Sydney Sweeney also dyed her hair blonde for her campaign. By that logic, wouldn't that make her fake too? It honestly feels like conservatives are upset that their golden girl Sydney faced backlash, so now they're lashing out at Beyoncé, another black woman, to shift the outrage. The truth is, there's nothing in this ad worth being outraged over. If anything, it comes across as jealousy. Funny enough, when Sydney was criticized, her defenders said people were just jealous of her looks. Well, using their own logic, it's fair to say that the people attacking Beyoncé's ad are simply jealous of her beauty. Moving on, I've mentioned this before, but I genuinely believe Beyoncé is preparing her daughter, Blue Ivy, to eventually carry her torch. Act 3 is expected to be Beyoncé's rock album. But what if there's more? What if there's an Act 4 that actually introduces Blue Ivy to the world in a bigger way? I think that's the long-term plan. At some point, Beyoncé will likely step back. She may not quit music entirely, but I can see her slowing down while positioning Blue Ivy as the defining star of her generation, with Beyoncé guiding her career from behind the scenes. I also wouldn't be surprised if Rumi gets involved in the entertainment industry too. The reason I bring this up is because I recently saw an interview Beyoncé's father, Mathew Knowles, did with Don Lemon. In it, he revealed that Rumi has an impressive singing voice. She could absolutely follow in her mother's musical footsteps. Mathew has already made it known that Rumi can sing, and honestly, I believe it. I think both Rumi and Blue have real talent. Blue already has the dancing and performance skills, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's also getting vocal training. It seems like once Blue showed interest in becoming a singer, Beyoncé began investing more time in helping her develop her voice. So don't be surprised if, in the coming years, both Blue and Rumi step into the spotlight as singers and performers in their own right. They're already sharing the stage with their mother, but eventually I think we'll see them doing it solo. I'd give it about 7 to 10 years before that happens.